Hey everybody, this is Curtis with the Everything Ham Radio podcast. This is a special episode due to today being International Podcast Day. So today we're going to be talking about what exactly the podcast is, how the International Podcast Day works, what you can do to get involved, and a few other little things. So stay tuned for more. Hey everybody, once again this is Curtis with the Everything Ham Radio podcast. So today is actually the start of the International Podcast Day, and this is actually here in the US it actually starts on Thursday the 29th, but International Podcast Day is actually the 30th of September. So what exactly is this International Podcast Day? Well, International Podcast Day is dedicated to promoting podcasting worldwide through education and public engagement. If you think about it, okay, we have the National Waffle Fry Day, we have National Pancake Day, we have National Senior Citizen Day, we have, all different kinds of special days to honor whatever it is that we're talking about, right? So back into the summer 2013, a gentleman by the name of Steve Lee, who is founder of Modern Life Network, heard a radio announcement for the National Senior Citizen Day. And he thought it was pretty cool, and he began to question why there wasn't a day for celebrating podcasting. Well, Steve said to himself, let's create a podcast day. So then a venture began, and a collective team of podcasters put their heads together to establish methods for podcasting and podcast listeners to raise awareness for this great entertainment and education medium. So in 2014, on September the 30th, they had the first podcast day. Well, because of the overwhelming success of the first podcast day, it was rebranded to be the International Podcast Day to make sure that everybody in the world was involved. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what is going on with the day, so to speak. There is several over the next 30 hours or so. Once this thing kicks off at 3 p.m. Pacific time, there's pretty much every hour has some type of podcast or live stream type thing. So I just want to remind everybody, you still have time to enter the Nanook 904 giveaway provided by gigaparts.com. So listen to episode number 37. Now, you know what? I'm just going to tell you. All you have to do, send me an email to k5clm@everythinghamradio.com, and in the subject line put Nanook, N-A-N-U-K. In the body of the message, please leave your name, call sign if you have one, and I will be drawing the winner on Saturday morning, the 1st of October. So you have until September 30th at 11:59 p.m. Central Time to get that entry in. So don't delay. Email me now so you can be entered in for that case. Alright, so we'll be right back. Alrighty, so just a few things that is going to be going on over the next 30 hours or so once this thing kicks off. All these times I'm going to give you are Pacific time, so -7 GMT. So here's just a few of them. You can find all of this and as well as some additional ones at internationalpodcastday.com. So the official kickoff of International Podcast Day is today, September 29th, 2016 at 3 p.m. That is the official kickoff, welcome, and the event schedule. There are several speakers that are going to be talking about it. Looks like most of them are going to be like an hour long or so. At 4 o'clock is Vanessa Baxter, Living the Dream. Holy Galbraith and Dan Lizette, the trigger to starting your own podcast at 5. Stories of a successful black entrepreneurs with Stephen Hart at 6 p.m. Dave Jackson, The Messengers, a podcast documentary at 7 p.m. There's one at 8 p.m. that has not been announced yet. At 9 is, I'm probably going to butcher this name, Regis Tahil, growing a podcast network in India. And Nicole Hall, podcasting in the United Arab Emirates and connecting with entrepreneurs at 10 p.m. Another session at 11 p.m. that is yet to be announced. Then on Friday, starting at 12 a.m., Rand Levi, How to Craft the Perfect Story. Lena Goldberth, Storytelling from an Old-Fashioned Industry. And then following her at 2 a.m., Annie Sargent, Do This If You Like to Have a Horrible Time in France. 3 a.m., Kelly Bader, See Beyond Your Now. 4 a.m. is Yan Elanga, Podcast as a Business Asset. 5 a.m., Craig Whalen and Pilar Orti, Uncovering Spanish Podcasting. 6 a.m. is Adela Mizrachi, Podcast Brunch Club. 7 a.m. with Catherine Bryant and Julian Illman, Why We Podcast and Podcast Divas. 8 a.m. Ray Christian, The Power of Storytelling. 9 a.m. Gary Leland and John Lee Dumas, Podcasting and Entrepreneurship. 10 a.m. has a Blueberry Platinum sponsor, From Branding to Promotion. 11 a.m. is Hanny Mora, How to Start a Podcast in 30 Minutes, a live demo. 12 p.m. is Speaker, a gold sponsor, past, present, and future of podcasting. 1 p.m. The Real Brain, my podcasting journey. 2 p.m. is Jenny Toro, highlighting the LGBT community. 3 p.m. is Robin Stratton Berkessel, Value of Curiosity and Appreciation. 4 p.m. is Nina Babel, Happy Hour with the Keep It 100 Girl Podcasting. 5 p.m. is the Podcast Gratitude Award announcement. 6 p.m. Jason Norris, The Difference of Localized Podcasting. 7 p.m. Josh Gross, Creative International Relationships. 8 p.m. again is Blueberry, Podcast Audience Engagement and Metrics That Matter. 9 p.m. is TJ Launerman, From the Sidelines to Starting Lineup. 10 p.m. is Gina Ryan, Anxiety Relief, one podcast at a time. And 11 p.m. is the International Podcast Day Wrap-Up. You can find all of this additional information at International Podcast Day /events. So check those out. If any of those sound any kind of interesting to you, they all are live broadcasts, but they will have probably afterwards, I'm sure, a couple days or so afterwards, you will be able to listen to all the replays if you miss one of them, or those late night ones like 3 a.m. in the morning. You don't want to wake up just to listen to it. They will have replays of them. So that about wraps it up for this special episode of the Everything Ham Radio podcast. If you like what you heard here, please share it with your friends. Please listen to some other episodes. I just released one yesterday, episode number 37, We Have the Power, talking about how to get power to your equipment in your mobile station or your home station. So check those out, everythinghamradio.com /podcast /37. And if you feel so inclined to help this podcast out monetarily, there are several ways you can do it. You can do a one-time donation through PayPal. You can become a per episode sponsor at a per episode contributor through Patreon, and simply by shopping through Amazon.com using my affiliate link. All the instructions on how to do each of these is on my support page at everythinghamradio.com /support. Please share this episode with your friends and the rest of my podcast. Share with your friends, like it on Facebook, give me a star rating and an honest review on iTunes. I'm on Stitcher Radio, I'm on iHeartRadio, I'm on Google Play, iTunes, so much more, as well as you can listen directly on my website. So until next time, this is K5CLM signing out. 73, y'all.